Does concrete expand as it dries? Actually, no. Concrete doesn't expand when it dries. Almost universally, concrete shrinks as it cures. This is responsible for cracking of concrete. I'm sure you've heard of that being a problem. As you place and finish the concrete, it has a great deal of water content in it. Over time, that water will get used through the chemical actuation process and as well as through evaporation. And eventually that water is just not there anymore. So there's an absence or space left over where there used to be something there. And that's why concrete cracks, is because that water component is gone, the concrete shrinks. There's just not enough concrete there to cover the area that it used to cover. Something has to give, and that's how you end up with a crack. So are there any kinds of concrete that expand? Actually, yes, there are. There are two notable concrete mix designs that you would mention if you're talking about expanding concrete or concrete that doesn't shrink necessarily. The first one, non-shrink grout. The name says it all. There's a bunch of different applications for non-shrink grout. If I wanted to drill a hole and take a piece of rebar and put it in that hole and have it stay in there, I could use an epoxy product, but I could also use non-shrink grout. I prefer the non-shrink grout method for something like that because the epoxy, moisture is a concern. It's hard to get the water out of a 18-inch deep hole, things like that. Then there's dust, is also a concern. For non-shrink grout, it's not really a concern because it's already a cementitious product. If you're putting it into a hole that has a little bit of moisture, a little bit of dust, it's still going to work well to adhere and bond. And again, it actually expands slightly, and that's what gives it its anchoring ability. And that's the same thing for the other kind of mixed design of concrete, which expands, which is hydraulic cement intended for water stop applications. If you've ever seen a type of water stop cement, that it's called wet to set in 60 seconds. From the time that you mix it up into a putty until the time that it's hard is about 60 seconds. This stuff sets up so fast, you could literally swim underwater and pack some of it into an active crack, and it might even stem the flow of water through it. And it does it because it expands. If I were to put in a concrete product into a crack and then that concrete shrinks, universally that's not going to fix the crack. Water's still going to leak through that, and that's why the water stop product has to have this different physical property where it doesn't shrink, and that's what enables it to do this special job. So almost universally concrete shrinks, except for these very few applications of highly specialty concrete mix designs. I hope you found this information helpful.